Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are back to watch another episode of Sex Education. This is Season 2, Episode 3. Last episode, our boy Otis learned how to properly pleasure his lady with his fingers. My man's had to figure out how to trust his girl and that she will tell him exactly what she likes, and then they came to a mutual understanding that he can be better and she can be better at communicating how he can be better. And things are looking up from there. Ooh, otherwise Eric and Raheem, I think is his name, they're getting a little closer, and they could be an item, potentially, but there might be a wrench that is thrown in those works because Adam is coming home, and we would prefer Eric and Adam together, honestly, if we're being real. So hopefully that happens. Otherwise, I don't have much to say going into this one, so before we jump into it, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a ton to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, and then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That would mean the world. Sometimes I post these reactions a little bit early on Patreon as well, so if you're interested in that, consider checking it out. But otherwise, let's check out Season 2, Episode 3 of Sex Education. Those are Kate Sharma's eyes. I recognize those immediately. Her eyes are insanely seductive.
Who's that?
It's my dance partner. We're having extra rehearsals together. I already told you.
Yes, but I...
Don't stop and talk. Remember, she thinks your parents are Indian.
Hi, Mrs. Anand. It's nice to meet you.
She told
Keep
you
an eye
not
on
to
her little
talk.
finger.
Mom.
They are not going to be dancing. Immediately, bed creaking. Oh yeah, she is. Damn. She's going so fast.
I'm gonna come.
Kill him. She just killed him.
You just did it again.
I'm sorry.
Are you though?
What have you done that for? I took you to the car wash 2 days ago.
He's trying to do something nice.
Oh, for God's sake, Adam.
Oh yeah, you should have
Bloody window open.
yeah, you should have shut the window. That's a very interesting looking cake. No one offered her a seat with that cake? That's a bold move. Standing up with that thing. Oh, what are you doing?
He's wanking on me! Can I get off the bus, please? Watch it with the cake. Yeah, I just need to get off the bus, please.
That's gross. Oh.
He jizzed on me.
That's disgusting.
Why are you wearing this coat?
Yeah.
Is that for Raheem?
No.
Yeah, it is.
Dinner tonight is me, my mum, Ola and Jacob all getting to know each other like a big happy family.
Yeah, that's weird.
You finally get a girlfriend, and she's basically your sister.
Yeah, agree. Mega lols.
No one's gonna talk to my mum about anything.
Good morning, Eric. Morning, Raheem.
What'd it do, Raheem?
I was wondering if you'd like to go out with me sometime.
Cool, I'll be there.
Be there, be square. What do you want from your sex education? Tips and tricks. Sex kid saved my life.
Oh, come in. Take a seat. Remember, this is a completely safe place to share.
Sorry, this used to be the history classroom.
Yeah, she walked into the wrong room.
What are you looking at?
My mum. It's my mum.
Wow, she's really getting to you.
I don't trust her.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Poor girl.
I think my mum being on campus might be bad for business.
I think you're being paranoid.
Before you know it, she's in everyone's head.
Okay. We'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, they're gonna start going to his mom for sex questions instead of him.
Happy birthday, oh joyous one.
Just tell him you like him already. So, what do you want to do for your birthday?
Nothing. What happened to this cake exactly?
Greatness happened to this cake.
And a guy wanked on my leg, and I got a bit of a shock, and I smushed the cake.
What?
Yeah.
I love these jeans.
You know,
You have to report it.
yeah, that's like a...
You've been assaulted.
I think he was just lonely.
No. Well, that, but
Okay. I know what I want to do for my birthday.
she wants to report your assault.
I want us to go to the police. What's your name?
Malik Aimee.
Malik.
Man
Yeah,
didn't
nice
have
to
enough
meet
money
you,
for your
Malik.
son,
I don't
so
have to pay for this, do I?
he's got to go to you.
Adding fetish to the curriculum could be a real asset.
A fetish.
Yes, there are hundreds of sexual fetishes, actually.
Lots of weird stuff.
It could be anything from a desire to engage in, well, breath play or even encasement fantasy, or sometimes, although very rare, ghost fetish.
Ghost fetish.
Yeah. When
She's
one
imagining you're
covers
dead.
another's face because they secretly have a desire to engage in sexual activity with a spirit or a ghost.
I've got to go.
Kate Sharma. She's got a thing for ghosts. What a twist.
Do you want to fuck a ghost?
What?
Well, whatever your face covering fetish is, you need to sort it out because it's weird and it's scary and it's just making me feel just very unsafe.
Yep. Makes sense.
Came on you, Aimee. Yeah? Yeah. Cum is kind of like a penis having a sneeze. That means when you swallow
Sure.
someone's cum, it's like eating their snot.
That's weird.
Fine.
That's not for you. It's just a thing they had.
Thank you.
You forgot your cake.
You can have it.
Is it someone's birthday?
Yeah, mine.
Oh, Feliz Navidad.
That one's Merry
Feliz
Christmas.
Navidad. Feliz Navidad. You're thinking Feliz Cumpleaños.
Now, I've got a really special feeling about this one, guys. It's a chance for everyone to really find their place and shine.
This is a place where you can shine, brother. Musicals can lead to musical theatre, to acting, to stardom.
I haven't decided what I'm going to wear. What should I wear?
Wow, the tables have turned.
Oh, Otis, I don't have time for this conversation. I have to go home and try on everything I own.
Well, maybe just lose the scarf.
Maybe lose your virginity?
Savage.
Olivia! Jesus! You could have killed yourself.
Thanks to your mum, my boyfriend thinks I want to kill him. Now your mum thinks I have a fetish.
Do you?
I have an ugly cum face, okay? I've seen it in the mirror before. It's bad. I look like a python swallowing an egg, and Malik always looks perfect.
That's normal to feel observed and vulnerable when you're having sex. And he probably feels just as silly sometimes, too.
Yeah. You are a gorgeous lady.
It's a privilege to see your partner like that. Maybe you and your boyfriend need to work on your trust so you can show him yourself fully, like all the bits. Even the bits you think might be ugly. So I bet he doesn't think they are at all.
What if he did? What if he's just repulsed by her cum face? That would be hilarious.
I got a B+ in algebra.
You know that's not very impressive, right?
It's an improvement.
Actually, I was thinking of auditioning for the school play, but I don't understand Shakespeare, and I wondered if you could help me.
Fine. But this is a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Read me the speech.
Yeah.
In front of everybody.
So each line has 10 syllables made up of 5 heartbeats. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom.
Facts. Shakespeare, baby.
So you've got the rhythm and the words.
Now the emotion.
Now you need the emotion.
Yes, I wrote this show.
This speech is about love. So try thinking of someone who makes you feel a lot when you say it.
Not Maeve. Anyone else. Anyone other than Maeve. Of course, they cut to her.
Okay.
They should have had a female officer come in for this questioning.
Fair hair, clean shaven, 5 feet 8 or 9. And was he already on the bus?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you said you remember smiling at him. Was that after the first stop or the second?
Sorry, what's that got to do with anything? Are you saying she shouldn't have smiled at him?
The questions are going to get harder.
Can I have my jeans back, please? I'm gonna go. I'm sorry to make a fuss.
Yeah, she doesn't want to make a big deal out of this.
You're doing brilliantly, Aimee.
It's a traumatic thing. It makes sense that she wouldn't want to
Just
engage.
take your time.
You don't eat this?
Otis doesn't like fat.
Oh, really? Can I have it then?
My brother in Christ. They're just...
Right.
Their interactions are so interesting.
All take a deep breath. Immature.
Selfish.
Uncomfortable.
Good one. Nice. What about you? What about you, Ola? Do you have words?
Monopoly?
Yes, a game.
Why don't we all play Monopoly instead?
Monopoly is well known to ease tensions.
Enjoy your stay at my hotel.
I'm paying you. It's just I'll have to remortgage.
I have so much money, I don't need more.
Okay, that's not how the game works. I'm not breaking the rules. £400, please.
If you're playing by the rules, you owe me £600.
Pay up, buddy.
You're bankrupt.
Look, I know you're bankrupt.
Right.
Yes, Monopoly. Well known to ease tensions.
I'll see you at school.
Still her dad, so she probably feels a little disrespected by him freaking out.
I understand that you're angry,
Do you, though?
but I'm happy with Jakob.
Does this guy only have one outfit? I swear, he wears the same thing every day. Oh, I like his phone case. Oh, the cake. Is it good?
Demand your money back.
Aimee made it.
Oh, sorry, Aimee. Just not used to some of the flavours.
She is in love with the boy, though. She's just too afraid to tell him how she feels, which is stupid because he clearly loves her back.
Shut up, Aimee. You don't know that.
I think you should tell him how you feel. What have you got to lose?
Yeah, what have you got to lose? Amy's going through something vulnerable right now, so you can as well.
No way. I'm not doing that. Really not.
No, Raheem, come on, it'll be fine.
No, I'm very bad at dancing. I'm not doing that.
Do it for me?
The French people don't dance. Everyone knows this. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more.
Forward, back.
You're doing great.
Ah! You see, you're basically Beyonce.
Excellent work.
Honestly, you smashed it really well.
Oh, god dang. Oh. Damn, son. That was a quick start.
You just kissed me.
Yes, Eric, if younger, I did. Let's do this dance thing again, right? Yeah?
Is he shocked? It's a high leg kick.
Good game.
Nice job. Is it the same song again? What is love? Okay.
We have to see each other at our ugliest.
Do you still want to have sex with me?
Yeah.
How are you gonna kiss each other with your mouths like that? There's a lot of tape crinkling.
Sexy, right? I live above a shop.
I would love to live above a shop. Oh, but it's probably the shop that Adam's working at. God dang it. Oh, no.
Thank you for a beautiful night.
Okay.
Poor Adam. It's interesting that there's no, like, alternate entrance to his house. Unless his father owns the shop.
Jackson?
That dude's ripped. Honestly, Jackson is shredded.
How did you lose your jeans?
Well, I was on the bus,
Let it out.
and actually, I'm not really sure. I think I'm gonna go to bed.
Oh.
Love you, Mum.
Ah, she doesn't feel like she can talk to her mom. She needs to just let it out, cry. It was a traumatic thing that happened to her.
In a beautiful balloon, life, oh life.
Poor girl.
I already have a dad.
I understand that.
But you don't like your dad. He sucks. What if this same guy is on the bus? That's not the same guy. She's gonna be hella late to school.
Arise, fair son, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief. Be not her maid, for she is envious.
I think they've had that earlier.
Sick. Cast it off.
Wow, she's so proud.
We kissed.
Actually.
How was the rest of your birthday?
Unexpected.
Well, I got you something.
Got me a 5-year diary.
Mm-hmm. And I ripped out.
I thought it said Moby Dick.
All your birthday pages, so you don't have to celebrate one for another 5 years.
That's so cute.
Cute?
That's right.
Otis?
She's so in love with him.
I think...
What? What?
I think I'm gonna have to punch you in the face if you ever buy me a birthday present again, dickhead.
Sometimes I feel so sad.
Come on. She got so close. She got so close.
Linger on.
Ah. Okay, another solid episode as usual. The show always hits. It never misses. I feel like every episode of this show is good. It's just good quality television all around every single time. Let's talk about the least impactful aspect of the episode so far, which was Kate Sharma boning her boyfriend. She covers his face when they bone because she is embarrassed about her finishing face, which is like baffling because she is one of the most attractive women in the world. It's like, how are you embarrassed about that? But she doesn't want her boyfriend to see that because she thinks it's embarrassing. She thinks he will think less of her and won't want to be with her anymore. And she has to talk to Otis, and he convinces her to show each other the ugly sides of yourself. And then her and her boyfriend put tape all over their faces, and then they make out. And that seems like the tape would get in the way. You know, especially since they put it on their lips and stuff. It's like, that feels like it would lead to problems, but whatever. One thing solved, but it does seem like by the end of the episode, more people are lining up to talk to his mom, Otis's mom, because her services are free. And she's arguably more of an expert than he is. Like, she's like legit an expert in all this, and he all his stuff is secondhand knowledge, so to speak. I mean, he has the knowledge of context in the fact that, like, he is more familiar with what it's like to be them at the current moment, if that makes sense. Like, he's more aware of what it's like to be young and to be dealing with the current societal issues and just all the context that surrounds being a youth in the current time, right? Like, he has all that knowledge and how to take the sexual knowledge and meld it with the contextual world knowledge, right? Like, she has far more of the sexual knowledge, but she doesn't have, like, her life experience is so vastly different from theirs. Both in just what she's experienced and where she's at currently. So I'm curious to see which person would be more effective in their sex clinic, so to speak, right? But at the end of the episode, it does look like a lot more people are going to her. That could spell a problem for his business and his connection with Maeve, because even though they're both in love with each other, a lot of their connection happens via the clinic and the setting up of that. So if more people start going to his mom, that could lead to less time with him and Maeve, and we don't want that because they're OTP and I will die for them. What else happened? Ooh, the family dinner was interesting because Otis is obviously not happy about this whole situation. He is very much not thrilled. I don't remember exactly which relationships started first. I think Ola and Otis kind of started first officially dating. I think, did his mom and Jakob bone before the other two started dating technically? I'm not 1,000% sure. But from an actual, like, relationship standpoint, Otis and Ola started first, and the fact that his mom and Jakob started after, and yet they're like still like, oh, let's make this a family thing. It's so weird. Like it's almost incestuous, because like Eric said, like she's almost kind of like your sister now. It's like in The Flash when Barry moves in with Iris's family, and then they fall in love and get married. It's like, you spent this whole time like sister and brother, and now you're married and boning and stuff. It's weird. It's incestuous. And I think from a who's in the right standpoint, I think his mom and Jakob should end their relationship, because it's unfair to their kids. That, I don't know, it's just, but at the same time, I want Otis with Maeve, so maybe him and Ola should end their relationship, and then Jakob and Jean can continue their relationship. That would be the prime scenario, if I'm being honest. But we'll see what happens. He was hella disrespectful in the dinner, but at the same time, he's also just clearly venting his frustrations about the situation, right? He is venting them pretty much exclusively at his mother and Jakob, because I mean, he has no reason to be frustrated with Ola. But he's clearly frustrated with the situation. Like he's kind of like me, where he's like, I don't see a path forward for you guys. Like how does this family unit that you're trying to create, how does that have a path forward in any way? It doesn't, in my opinion. So something has to change. And I'm hoping it's Otis and Ola, because even though they're cute together, they don't have, I feel like they don't have that much chemistry. That makes sense. Like they're I mean, I don't know. There's a difference between, like, they have cuteness chemistry, if that makes sense, where they're kind of just awkward and cute together, but they don't have that any of that fire or anything like that. It's just, they don't have it. If there is an it, they don't have it. And so hopefully things change in that regard. Jackson, he is auditioning for the school play, and I think that will be really good for him. I think he's still in love with Maeve a little bit, but I don't want them together, because I want Otis and Maeve. any pairing that gets in the way of that, I'm not a fan of. Him and his tutor would be an interesting choice, though. Like, there's a little bit of a connection brewing there. Not enemies to lovers, so to speak, but she's warming to him. He gives his speech at the end, and she seems very proud of him. And there's the, I mean, that could be totally platonic and could just be a blossoming friendship between the two. But I don't know. It's just a very interesting dynamic, and I'm excited to see where that takes us. Frickin' Maeve. Maeve came so close to telling Otis how she feels. He got her this 5-year diary, and he ripped out all the birthdays because he knows her well, and he knows she doesn't like birthdays. And so it was just like the cutest, most thoughtful present she's probably ever gotten. And she came so close to telling him how she feels, but she just chickened out at the last moment. And it's just, I want them to be together so bad, and it's pissing me off that they're not. Just freaking, But I think the biggest thing that happened in this episode was Aimee. She bakes a cake, right? Her first cake ever for Maeve's birthday. Just sweet Aimee. Best friend you could possibly have. And then she gets on the bus, and some rando just starts whacking it on her and straight up sexually assaulted her. And she spends a lot of the episode trying to downplay that with like this thinly veiled layer of like ditziness or ignorance of the situation. And I think that was not necessarily a calculated move, but I think it was a purposeful decision by her, so to speak. Like she just definitely did not want to deal with the fact that she got assaulted on the bus, and that makes sense. That's a traumatic thing. That is an incredibly common thing too for women who are assaulted in that way to at first not think it's a big deal. You know, is a casual thing, or not a casual thing, but a thing that is not that severe or worth making a fuss over in the moment. But then when they think back, they realize like that's not okay. That was an awful thing that happened to them. And then they come forward and then are often not believed. And like the officer said, the questions get harder. You know, if it comes to trying to charge that guy with his assault, right? Like the questions get harder. The questions of like, oh, did you smile at him? Like, was it your fault? All that stuff comes back around, and it leads to this culture of women not feeling safe to bring those things forward. And it sucks. It sucks a lot. And I wish things were different. I wish things were different for Aimee. Like, I wish she felt comfortable and vulnerable enough that she could trust her mother with that information. Like, I don't know the specific dynamic between her and her mom, but she evidently did not feel that her mom that she could talk to her about it. And she kind of just breaks down in her room on her own, and it was rough, man. It was a rough situation. And you know, it does, you know, open up a new layer to Aimee, because up to this point in the show, we've kind of seen her as just like this, you know, just this like ditzy individual who's not necessarily isn't all there, but like there's just a quirkiness and an interesting aspect to her where, yeah, I mean, sometimes it feels like she's not all there. She's very oblivious and ditzy and doesn't always feel like a fully realized person. But this definitely opens up a new layer for her where it almost makes it feel like that ditziness is not an act, but a conscious mask that she wears, if that makes sense. And I'm very curious to see how that will open up her character for further growth and depth. Like, this episode adds so much depth to her character, and I'm very curious to see where they go with her character going forward, you know? That was definitely, I feel like, the biggest and most important thing that happened in the episode. But otherwise, Eric and Raheem went on a date. They had fun doing Dance Dance Revolution, and then they kissed. And then they go back to Raheem's place, and he runs into Adam, and it's very awkward because obviously they're like the love of each other's lives, and he didn't really expect to see him again anytime soon. And so wrench firmly in the works. Very curious what's going to happen there. I wonder if Raheem's dad owns the shop, because this is just a weird logistical nitpick that I had of like, they go in the front door of this shop and then into like through the shop into the back door for him to go up to his apartment. But Raheem is new in town, so I'm curious, did they just buy the shop recently? I don't know, because otherwise I feel like there would be an alternate entrance to their apartment. Because what if you go home outside of, like, what if you're trying to go to and from your apartment outside of the business hours of the shop, and you don't own the shop? Like, you have to go through the shop. I don't know. Weird logistical things. But that's like weirdly a small dream of mine, is to live above a shop. I think that would be so quirky and fun. I just think the like walkable city life is so cool. Like, I love it. That if I get rich any day, whether I'm 80 or 90, I'm gonna move to a city, a walkable downtown area, and buy an apartment above a shop, and it's gonna be beautiful and wonderful, and I'm gonna have my best life. Yeah, I don't know. Lots of stuff happened in this episode. I'm very curious to see how the story progresses, though. Definitely let me know what you guys thought of the episode down in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a ton to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider checking out my Patreon. That is linked in the description down below. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.